Maybe some of you can relate to this. I've got tons of things I want to build, all kinds of ideas, but I'm always slowed down because my shop's a mess. I'm always digging under things, looking for tools. Can't ever find what I want. On a scale of 1 to 10, I'd say my natural organizational instincts are probably -2. I've been working real hard over the last several years to try to get better at this, but it seems like no matter how hard I try, my shop slowly devolves into dusty piles of junk that I'm just digging through. So I recently got this new toy, and it needs a good home in the shop. It's kind of big, takes up a lot of space, and I don't want to just add it to the mess. So I'm going to try and turn over a new leaf, really reset the shop, get organized, and give myself a chance at keeping things clean. So it's going to take a lot of effort on my part, but I've got a plan and I really want to stick to it this time. So kind of have 3 things that I'm going for. This isn't new to you organized people out there, but it's new for me, so give me a break. 1, I want to have less stuff in the shop. So I've been going through and purging and selling some stuff and throwing stuff away that I've been keeping for years for no reason. 2, things that stay need to have a place. I bought a label maker. This thing's amazing. It's changing my life already. I've had it for like 3 months. 3, I want to be able to move stuff around easily in the shop to fit the project of the day. So big stuff needs to be on wheels. I want to have stuff contained. So part of that last goal is to keep as much stuff as possible off the floor. So if it's on the floor, I really want it to be on wheels, contained in a box, ready to move. I don't know about your shop, but in my shop, stuff that's on the floor has this uncanny ability to attract more stuff and dust and junk, and it's just so hard to clean around it. So one way I plan to limit that is by keeping that stuff on the ceiling. Kind of hard to beat gravity. Today's task is to get this mess up here. I've seen tons of examples of overdoor storage in garages, but not many that would fit in the less than 6 inches of space that I've got above my door and still hold enough stuff to be worthwhile. I'm gonna have to keep this lumber rack as low profile as possible. I'm gonna head off to the big box store and see what I can find. Okay, we'll get some black iron pipe, some threaded rod, a bunch of ceiling mount flanges, some pipe hangers, and I think that's it. Let's get back home. Okay, here's the plan. The ceiling flanges get screwed into the ceiling joists. Some threaded rod gets added, cut to length, with a lock nut to keep things locked. We'll add a pipe hanger to this to hang the pipe, and we're done. Except it should be on the ceiling, not laying on the bench. Let's fix that. First, we mark out the mount locations of the ceiling, making sure we line up with the joists. My ceiling's on 2-foot centers, so 3 pipes will make a 6-foot material rack. We'll install the flanges on the mark, quick and easy. Then we do a quick test fit to see how long to cut the threaded rods. To maximize space, I want to just barely clear the door as it slides by. Then I'll cut all the threaded rods to length. I've got this portable bandsaw. I found it used several years ago, and it's one of my favorite tools. It's so powerful, takes up such a small amount of space in the shop, you can cut anything with it. Okay, now let's put everything together. I hadn't figured out the lock nut trick at this point, so you'll see them magically appear later in the video. Okay, so the threaded rods and hangers get screwed into the ceiling flanges. You're seeing the first time it happens. This is definitely not the last time it happens. These were in and out several times as I got things fit up. Okay, we get to use the bandsaw again. I'm gonna cut the pipes to 8 feet wide to fit between the overhead door tracks. Then we'll install the first pipe into its hangers. Tighten them up, do a quick fit check, and now we realize this isn't gonna work. Somehow it never occurred to me that the opener arm goes right through the space where the pipe needs to be. See that face? That's what it looks like when one of my plans meets reality. After a fair amount of head scratching and checking to make sure I wasn't missing anything else, I came up with a plan B. So I planned on using a single support near the middle of the pipes, but instead we'll split the pipe in half and use 1 support for each half. In a wonderful stroke of luck, I bought enough hardware to hang 4 pipes from 3 hangers each, but there ended up being only enough space for 3 pipes. So now I've got 3 pipes and 4 hangers each. Somehow, we've miraculously avoided that dreaded second trip to the hardware store. I'm gonna be pretty proud of this one if this works out. Okay, so now let's install the Plan B hangers. And then we get the pipes back down and cut them all in half. This portable bandsaw does a way better job than the garage door would have done if I'd have kept going with Plan A. Okay, all the pipe pieces get hung up into their hangers. Do a few quick fit checks and adjustments before tightening everything up. Hopefully no more surprises. Hey, success! Gotta tighten all the hangers. Cinch down the lock nuts. Oh wow, so much tighter, barely any wiggle now. We've definitely used all the space available. Everything just barely clears the door as the door goes up and down. That's perfect. All right, now it's time to use it. Let's get all that crap off the wall and onto the ceiling. And behind that mess, this is another reason I like to get the floors cleared off. It's amazing how much crap can build up behind stuff like this. Overall, I'm pretty happy with the way this turned out. I mean, it's a little annoying that everything's stacked on top of each other and you have to dig around to get what you want sometimes, but honestly, leaning against the wall wasn't much better than that, and this way it's up on the ceiling. It's also kind of nice that it limits the amount of space that I can take up at maximum, so it keeps me from keeping extra crap that I really don't need around. If I was using this every day, I'd probably need a better solution, but as often as I get up there and get into this stuff, it's working pretty well so far. I'd say I'm one step closer to a clean shop. Stick around, we'll see where I go next.